G'day guys, this is Omega back with another video. Now, as we are heading towards the inauguration of Donald Trump, I read a story today and I just find this infuriating. I find it absolutely maddening, purely because of a level of hypocrisy and stupidity involved with these individuals. I don't know whether it's just outright stupidity, or I don't know whether these are just well-meaning people who have been so utterly manipulated by the media and the left and cultural Marxism that they've come out to basically enable the people that are actually causing the problems they're marching against. And to explain what I mean, we've got Women's March in Sydney, 21st of January 2017. We've got marches in Canberra as well as a few others, and this sort of hashtag YO March crap is sort of going around the globe, and you've got basically what are spoiled, which look like spoiled college students, a bunch of millennials jumping up and down, and as usual, there's no reason or rhyme behind anything they're doing. There's no factual information. In fact, it's called Why I March, but the truth is they don't know why the hell they're marching. They have absolutely no idea. And to just case in point on that, it says on the website that we're marching for the vulnerable women, religious minorities, and racial minorities. Let me break that down for you. This is what that is translated into English. We're marching for vulnerable women. It's a good cause. I actually did a few videos about vulnerable women being exploited. Religious minorities. So in English, that means Islam. So if you go to America, obviously the march is being set up by a Muslim, and basically under the cultural Marxist ideology, Muslims have been placed in the racial hierarchy of their ideology as coloured. So therefore, they can do no wrong. So they can go to Cologne and rape and pillage and do whatever they want to women in Cologne, and it doesn't matter because they're people of colour. So you can't speak out against them because then you're committing leftist heresy. So we've got religious minorities, which is Muslims, racial minorities. Okay, so they're obviously talking about illegal immigrants, people who are breaking the law trying to get into the countries, and Muslims. So that's it broken down in English. Now, this is what I find most infuriating about this whole ordeal, and that is that they are marching against, the persecution of vulnerable women, good cause, which unfortunately is being perpetrated all around the world by the other group they're marching for, which is Islam. So basically, they're marching in support of a group or an ideology that is responsible for more oppression and persecution and disgusting torture of vulnerable women more than any other group on planet Earth. And don't take my word for it. Why don't we listen to a Nobel Prize winner? I tell you my story, not because it's unique, but because it's not. It's the story of many girls. Malala Yousafzai, who is a Pakistani Muslim child who was shot in the head because she wanted girls to be educated. Now, we're talking about an ideology that does not allow in certain countries women to hold a driver's license, that basically advocates on state national television beatings of insubordinate wives. So if your wife is getting out of control, you can get a stick and beat her. And on top of that, you don't just have one, you can have as many as you want. And when they don't capitulate to your will, you can beat them with a stick. Now, this is in one of the most one of the richest Islamic countries on earth, in Saudi Arabia, and this is on state television. So if people think that I'm just spouting out crap here, don't take my word for it. Listen to Malala. Listen to the victims. We've got up to 20 Yazidis, Christian girls who refused to be sold into sexual slavery by Islam and were put into a cage and burnt alive. That is the sort of treatment that women are subject to under Islam, and it's so incapacitating. It's so it's so mentally traumatic. Even Malala Yousafzai, who was brought up in Islam, is so indoctrinated that she basically still believes that people should not speak out against Islam, the very ideology that nearly saw her losing her life, and the very ideology that sees a lot of her countrywomen subject to the most disgusting and disgraceful forms of oppression that one can muster. So why do I march? It's mind-blowing to me. The hypocrisy is absolutely mind-blowing to me that these women are marching against Donald Trump when these sorts of atrocities are going on all around the world because of cultural Marxism, which they think is a good thing. And there's the Canberra March, and the organiser of that, Cody Bell, said the event was not going to be an anti-Trump demonstration. Now, come on. That's a ridiculous statement. There is going to be all sorts of demonisation going on at the march. For anyone who holds a counter view to yours, that's basically, and she states, but rather a chance for people to stand up against the normalisation of divisive rhetoric. So basically what she's highlighting is rhetoric, or any kind of rhetoric that is opposed to their own rhetoric, which is very much like, I don't know, a communist or Islamic country where in Sharia law it's a crime to speak against the Quran, which gets you the death penalty, or to speak against the state in a communist country has you put in jail, much like what they're doing in Canada right now, where they're trying to pass laws, I don't even know if they've passed them yet, but to say something offensive in public lands you in jail. So these people are more interested in people's hurt feelings. It's a greater sin, according to the left, for Donald Trump to say, just grab him by the pussy. And I mean, I don't think it was a great thing to say, but as men, when we get together and we're having a good time, we're doing whatever we're doing, there's this boy talk that goes on. It doesn't mean we live it out in our lives, and we go about grabbing every woman by the pussy and seeing every woman as an object, objectifying them as just meat to grab by the pussy. But that somehow, that sin outweighs burning women alive. It outweighs raping women. It outweighs not allowing them to have an education. It outweighs limiting their opportunities in life, and not just in this fanciful pay gap way, but actually saying, no, you can't work in these jobs purely because you're a female. And they are completely and utterly silent on all of these facts. It's absolute hypocrisy and just absolute stupidity beyond words, beyond any words I can fathom. This is Omega. I'm signing out, and I'll be back soon with another video. Cheers.